Key one. Stoic. As we enter a new year, it's natural to set ambitious goals for ourselves. New habits we want to cultivate, routines we want to stick to, and practices we hope to incorporate into our daily lives. The start of a new year is always a fresh opportunity for reinvention. However, while many of us focus on what we wish to add to our lives, Stoic philosophy urges us to also consider what we need to eliminate. It's not only about adding value. It's also about stripping away what no longer serves us. Take Seneca, for example. At the start of each year, he would dive into the icy Tiber River, not merely for the shock of cold, but as a symbolic act of cleansing, shedding the old to make space for the new. This act was a reminder that growth isn't just about what we accumulate. It's also about what we let go of. Similarly, Marcus Aurelius challenges us in his Meditations to ask the fundamental question, is what I'm doing essential? He points out that a lot of our daily activities are either irrelevant or, worse, counterproductive. The Stoic path isn't solely about building new habits. It's also about eliminating distractions and releasing the things that hold us back. As the new year unfolds, it's worth reflecting what practices, routines, and habits are we ready to leave behind in the past year? What parts of ourselves do we need to stop nurturing in order to make space for a better version of ourselves? Stoicism teaches us that true growth comes not only from adding new positive elements to our lives, but also from acknowledging the need to shed the unnecessary. It's about having the courage to look in the mirror and ask, which parts of me no longer serve my growth? Consider morning routines, for example. We've all been through the struggle to get out of bed early. Marcus Aurelius himself wrestled with this temptation. In his Meditations, he debates with himself about staying cozy under the covers, then challenges himself with a more profound question: is this why I am here, to hide under the warmth? Or do I have a higher purpose? This universal struggle with comfort and laziness is something we all experience. Yet, the Stoics recognize that morning is the optimal time to act, to get things done, not to remain idle in comfort. While they didn't always succeed, they pushed through nonetheless, recognizing that purpose was greater than temporary comfort. Even in the face of hardship, Marcus Aurelius never resorted to complaints. He faced betrayal, lies, and countless setbacks in his life, but his private journal, his Meditations, never reveals a hint of self-pity. He didn't whine or bemoan injustice. Instead, he focused on how to confront his challenges with wisdom, virtue, and dignity. This is a vital lesson. Complaining drains our energy, while finding solutions and taking action leads to real progress. One key Stoic insight is that we all possess a superpower, the ability to withhold judgment. Marcus Aurelius teaches that we don't have to label every event in our lives as good or bad, fair or unfair. Events are simply events. They don't need to be classified. By letting go of the need to constantly judge, we approach life with greater clarity, peace, and wisdom. Instead of spending our time labeling things, we free ourselves to focus on what truly matters: action, purpose, and growth. Epictetus, another Stoic sage, believed that growth begins with the recognition of how little we truly know. His teachings emphasize the importance of humility in the pursuit of wisdom. When we think we know everything, we stop learning. By embracing the mindset of a perpetual student, open to discovering what we don't know, we unlock endless possibilities for growth and understanding. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us that true mastery lies in self-control. As Epictetus famously said, "No one is fit to rule who is not first master of themselves." Too often, we give away our power to external forces, whether it's our desires, dependencies, or cravings. Real freedom and peace come from taking command of ourselves, rather than letting these forces dictate our actions. Seneca, in his wisdom, also argued that poverty isn't determined by how little we have, but by how much we constantly crave. It's our endless desires that keep us trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction and struggle. To live a fulfilling life, we need to let go of our attachments and learn to find contentment with what we have. So, as we approach this new year, let's consider not just what we want to add to our lives, but what we need to let go of. What habits, judgments, or desires are weighing us down, it's not enough to start new things. We must also make the courageous decision to release what no longer serves us. Only then can we step into the new year as our best selves, clear, empowered, and free. Key 1. Stoic. The reason we work on improving ourselves, getting clean, or practicing discipline is simple. We want to be the best versions of ourselves. Leaders, parents, bosses, and individuals who can show up fully for the people we care about. If something else, an urge, a substance, or even another person, has more control over your actions than you do, that's not a place of power. To lead, to inspire, to love, you have to be in command of your own life. There's a powerful story about Jimmy Carter from his early days when he was trying to become a naval officer. He was being interviewed, and after talking about his grades and achievements, the interviewer asked him, "Did you always do your best?" Carter had to admit, "No, I didn't always do my best." That question haunted him for the rest of his life. Why hadn't he always given his best? And when you look back at your own life, can you say you've always done your best? Why do we settle for less than our potential, especially when we know we're capable of more? This year, make a commitment to put your best effort into everything you do. It's the one thing you can fully control. You may not control the outcome, the recognition, or the success, but you control how much heart and energy you put into your work. Steve Prefontaine, the legendary runner, said it best. To give less than your best is to cheat the gift. And that gift isn't just about your talents. It's the time you have, the life you've been given. Wasting your creativity on negative thoughts, anxiety, and imagining the worst-case scenarios, that's a misuse of your mind. Instead of spending mental energy on worrying about what others think, why not use your imagination to solve problems, to push forward, to grow? The Stoics would remind us that our minds are incredibly powerful, but it's up to us how we use them. Are you going to let your thoughts paralyze you with fear, or will you direct them to build and create something meaningful? The choice is yours. Also, it's time to let go. Not just physical possessions, though that's important too, but emotional baggage. Regrets, grudges, resentments, these don't serve you. Holding on to them only drags you down. There's an old tradition where people would write down all their regrets and pains, and on New Year's Eve, they'd burn the paper, watching it dissolve into smoke. It's a symbolic act of release, and it's exactly what we need to do to free ourselves from the past. The Stoics would argue that letting go of these things is crucial for us to become who we're truly meant to be. As for goals, forget about them, at least the kind that limit you. I don't focus on specific goals like selling a certain number of copies or being on a bestseller list. I don't need to beat anyone or be the best. My goal is simple: to do my best every single day in everything I do. I put in the work, I give it my all, and whatever happens, happens. That's the real aim, not the outcome, but the process. When you focus on doing your best, you're already winning. Your only goal is to fulfill your potential, no matter how that looks. The rest? Leave it up to the universe. I remember R.I.T. Suddy once telling me, "You don't owe anyone a response." It's a reminder that just because someone sends you an unsolicited email doesn't mean you have to respond. There was a time when I thought I had to reply to every message, always keep my inbox clean, and manage every little thing. But as I've grown, I've realized that prioritizing my energy and focus is more important than trying to meet every expectation others set for me. Sometimes, saying no or simply letting go is the most powerful choice you can make. Key 1. Stoic. Stop waiting for recognition. Focus on doing your best. We all have things that matter to us, and there are certainly people in our lives we respond to quickly. But here's a lesson I've learned. The way I used to think about being caught up with everything actually kept me from focusing on what truly matters. It's easy to get caught up in what's urgent. Those emails, messages, and demands that scream for attention. But here's the catch. Urgency doesn't mean importance. Eisenhower, the famous U.S. general and president, gave us a clear framework to understand this. He created a decision matrix that distinguishes between what's urgent and what's truly important. Often, the things that demand our immediate attention are just urgent tasks. They seem pressing, but they distract us from what truly moves the needle. things that might not seem urgent, but are vital for our long-term well-being and success. This idea is echoed in the words of Marcus Aurelius, who in Meditations talks about the importance of focusing on what's within our control. He emphasizes that you shouldn't look for a third thing. Let me explain. You do something good, someone benefits. That's two things. But when you expect to be thanked, recognized, or compensated for it, you're adding unnecessary weight to the action. The Stoics were clear. What matters is not whether you're appreciated or rewarded for what you do. What matters is, did you do your best? Did you give it your all, contribute to the common good, and act according to your nature? If so, then you've been rewarded, even if no one notices. This kind of mindset can change everything. If you're aiming for more happiness or more resources this year, one of the most powerful actions you can take is to stop chasing attention, credit, or recognition. Focus on the quality of your work, not how it's received. Did you make a positive impact? Did you deliver your best effort? That's what matters, and that's where you'll find true fulfillment. Who you spend time with matters. It's about the information you absorb. The people you surround yourself with shape who you become, but it's not just about people. It's also about the information you consume. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius said, "Our soul is dyed by the color of our thoughts." The inputs you allow into your mind will color your perspective and your actions. If you spend your time immersed in superficial, materialistic, or sensational information, that's what you'll become. On the flip side, if you spend your time learning from great thinkers, reading meaningful books, and engaging with wise people, your thoughts and actions will reflect that. The quality of your mental diet is just as important as the quality of the food you eat. Who are you letting influence your thoughts? The news cycle, social media, or the opinions of people who offer little value? Or are you diving into the works of history's great minds, seeking wisdom that stands the test of time? This is the key to becoming who you want to be. Surround yourself with valuable, thoughtful information and people. Let your mind be shaped by wisdom, not distractions. Life is a marathon. The real competition is with yourself. People often ask me, "Are you training for a marathon?" The answer is no, because running every day, rain or shine, is the marathon. It's not about one race. It's about showing up every single day, pushing yourself when you don't feel like it, and doing the work even when it's uncomfortable. That's the real race we're all in. Seneca said, "We treat the body rigorously so that it is not disobedient to the mind." By training our bodies and our minds, we build the resilience needed for life's marathon. This isn't about competing with others. It's about competing with yourself. It's about conquering your own impulses, the desire to stay comfortable, to avoid the hard work. The real competition is with the version of yourself that wants to take the easy way out. Each day is a race against the desire to do nothing, against the temptation to stay on the couch. That's where growth happens. And it's a race that only you can win if you push yourself to show up, even when you don't feel like it. Don't delay. Live now, not later. One of the biggest mistakes people make is constantly waiting for the perfect moment to start. They think they have time, that they'll begin once certain conditions are right, or that they'll do it later when everything is aligned. But life doesn't work that way. As the Stoic Epictetus said, all fools in life have one thing in common. They're always getting ready to start. The truth is, none of us know how much time we have left. Life is happening now. This moment is all we have. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, we can choose to live fully today, or we can wait for an uncertain tomorrow. But tomorrow might never come. So stop waiting for the right moment. Stop delaying your dreams, your goals, and your actions. Live now, do the work now, and don't let another day slip by because you think you have forever. The time we waste today belongs to the past. It's gone, never to return. Make sure that when you look back, you see a life lived fully, a life where you didn't wait for the perfect conditions but made the most of every moment. Final thoughts. Stop waiting for recognition. Start doing your best. This year, let go of the need for recognition, validation, or compensation for everything you do. Focus instead on doing your best, contributing meaningfully, and staying true to your values. When you stop waiting for external rewards and focus on internal growth, you'll find a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. Surround yourself with wisdom, compete against yourself, and embrace each day as an opportunity to do your best. Life's marathon is already underway. Make sure you're running it with everything you've got.